Hello, 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 Virgo. Almost personal reading. I just got two cards that popped out: radical rebirth and grounding. Mm. You know how fascinating you are, how amazing you are. Sometimes I feel like you need a little pep talk for somebody to tell you just how beautiful you are. And I feel like you have lived a life of rage, lived a life of rage, like angry at people, angry at situations, angry at opportunities that you've missed, angry at people who have hurt you, or this could be some rage around you, life that you grew up in, life that you grew up around, the things that you have experienced in your life through rage. People wearing false masks in other people's face, but they do hurtful things to you. Okay. Five could resonate with you. The number 32 could resonate with you. Eight could resonate with you. Five or three could resonate with you. Okay. Almost personal reading for you, Virgo. Don't forget to join me over on my new channel, Wing Goddess Tarot. That's a tarot channel for all of the signs. Forgiveness. So forgiveness. I see forgiveness a lot. Maybe you need to protect. Maybe you need to forgive your mother for some things that you experienced that she did to you when she was younger, when you were younger, when you were children. She just didn't know any better. She had flaws, like we all have flaws, but you feel like what your mother did to you was unforgiving, or what you saw your mother go through was unforgiving. Okay. Something about the way you were raised, how your mother raised you, okay? And we have divine lineage. I feel like you are breaking that generational curse of unhealthy relationships, toxic families, abusive connections, being in situations that are so unhealthy for you. But this is fairly self-love, okay? Loving you, loving the hue you're in, loving you for who you truly are. Okay. I said in another reading last week, I feel like big hair is coming back. Okay. Like it used to be in the 80s, it's coming back, I feel. Not just talking about the afros, but big puffy hair. Okay. And we have her speaking up. So, yeah, speaking up and telling the truth. Because people in your past, like your mother, somebody in your family was wearing a mask. They were one thing in public, but like a total disaster behind closed doors. Totally abusive behind closed doors. All right. And I feel like the veil has been lifted. A lot of secrets are coming out. You're able to tell your story more. Okay, we have 33. There we are. Maybe you're seeing a lot of threes. Maybe your mother passed away when she was 33, or maybe when you were 33, your mother passed. Okay, speaking up and telling the truth about what took place. Speaking up and telling the truth about what people don't see that's truly going on. Living in a house with the same people, the same kids, the same group of kids, but all of y'all have different stories about how y'all were raised. They think they're telling the truth, but they don't want to hear your true truth. Okay, speaking up. We in the same place, raised by the same person, but the same person raised us differently. Does that make sense? But it was the truth. Okay, it's you being honorable, being more approachable, and also being coachable, telling your story. This is you having this radical rebirth, this change. You are the change agent in your life. You're victorious because you've gotten out of the situation that held you back for so long. Okay, it's time for you to tell your story. Okay, your stories were different though. You were raised by the same person, right? Raised in the same house. Your stories are so completely different. How is that even possible? It is. Been there, done that. Okay. You don't trust the journey. You don't trust people. You're working extra hard not to be the person who raised you, or not to be like the person who raised you. You're just not. Okay. See, I feel like somebody perpetrated the front. Though you were in the same household, there was something that you didn't have. You didn't have that peace of mind. You felt alone. You felt like you were, I'm hearing, psyched out, whatever. You felt sheltered. You didn't feel happy as a child. I feel like a lot of stuff was swept under the cover, like under the cover of darkness. Nobody knew what was really going on. Nobody knew what you experienced as a child. And when you got out, you got wild because you were able to shake a tail feather. You were able to let some things go, things that no longer serve you. Possibly you didn't even look back at your family. To this day, you possibly don't get along with your family because of the way you were treated as a child, as a youngster. It was horrible. What you went through, you didn't show, at least not at first. Everything was high. Everything was beautiful. Everything was amazing. But honestly, you were going through a lot of darkness in your life. Okay. That's just the lifestyle that you led. It was always the tower. It was always something going wrong. It was always something that you didn't do right. Okay. But they want to perpetrate the front, act like everything was okay when it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Let's clarify this Knight of Cups here. They said that you would never amount to anything. You would never do this or you would never do that. I feel like you seeked a lot of guidance for just life and what it is that you wanted to do. You wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to talk. Nobody wanted to hear what you had to say because it wasn't important. Okay. Looks like some energy around you of holding on tight to negative things, negative consequences, the things that you experienced. You never got clarity on what it is that you truly wanted because you always based your decisions on past heartache and pain. The things that you never forgot, things that you held on to in their form of energy. Possibly lived in a house that was hoarded, lived in a house where a lot of secrets were kept. What happens in this house stays in this house, and it better not go beyond those doors. If it does, we have a problem. Okay. But you always known that there was something else better for you, something else for you to achieve out there. But somebody told you that you couldn't. You were shrouded in heartache and pain. Your life was shrouded in a bunch of misery. Some mystery surrounded you in your home and what it is that was taking place. Nobody ever knew, okay, that, you're the person who raised you could have had multiple lovers. They could have just lived a life that was not a good life. They hung around with some real not so easy to get along with people. I mean, folks, there was just some things children saw that they never should have saw, that they never should have seen. That was unhealthy, but you saw it, and there was nothing that you can do to change it. You possibly had something negative happen to you as well when you were younger, talking about sexual. If that's the case, hey, I believe you. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. But there were some things that you looked for out there that you didn't get at home. Okay. And it wasn't always the best thing. I see a lot of disagreements, a lot of arguments, a lot of running away. Possibly ran away from home a lot. Your favorite color could be purple. You possibly were able to relate to the movie The Color Purple. Okay. Some of those same things happen to you. I see anger. I see upset, heartache, heart pain. A lot of negativity being said. A lot of things that cut you out of the family's energy made you feel like you weren't a part of the family. Okay, but you always saw different. You always saw, though they made you feel darkness. They made you feel like you were the tower energy. They made you feel like you were nothing, like you were always the problem, but you weren't. Okay, you always saw that you would be somewhere placed different. You always knew that you would be in a better place. You will always be in a lighter place. You will always have the world at your feet. Okay. You always knew that you were different, that you were meant to be someplace different. Though you were birthed into this family unit, you knew that you were different than everybody else. You knew that there was light at the end of the tunnel, no matter what they said. Okay. Maybe you love sunflower seeds. Or sunflowers. Your divine lineage. I feel like the energy that you're in now, whoever this is really for, that you see how different you are, even to this day, even though your mother's no longer with you, maybe she is, and you have your sisters and brothers or your cousins, whoever you grew up with is different. You've always been different, and they treated you as such, okay? Like you were different. But you were here to, I feel like you were here to break those family circles of negativity, those toxic energies around you, because you've been resistant to change for a long, long time, and you still are. You don't like change, but change helps you grow, thrive, and develop in your life. Okay. I see somebody here who's maybe doing spell work. Okay. Changing the outlook on your life, maybe even doing some spell work on more money, on your family tree, learning more about your family tree, learning some things that your ancestors did, maybe one in particular, who you have that energy around, and you're in that lineage together, and she's with you, ushering you, or he ushering you into this next energy around you, this familial energy, walking away sometimes from the people you love very much because they were dark energies anyway, and stepping into the limelight of your life, what it is that you're destined to do. Okay. Creativity. You've always been the most creative person in your life, in your family's life. All right. You've always done different. Out of everybody in your family, you're the one that had the potential to get out of that, to climb up out of that energy of saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, or I'm destined to do this. You're destined to create. You're destined to create a more beautiful world. Okay. You're so creative. Okay. But I kind of feel like whoever your mother was, take it how it resonates, she had multiple partners, multiple sex partners, and it wasn't always a good thing. Not at all. Okay. I'm hearing she slept around. If it's offensive to you, I'm sorry, but if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, then you know it's not. Okay. Put herself in some unhealthy situations, possibly due to some drugs or alcohol. But she was I'm hearing a beautiful maiden, a beautiful person. People loved her, really loved her. And she loved what she was out there doing, but she possibly had some addictions, maybe even addicted to sex, but and you don't want that. I just see whoever your mother is, you can't judge her. That's just who she was. I feel like she just didn't know any better. You know, when you know better, you do better. She never got to that point. It was always a different partner, always a different person. Always, and like I said earlier, you possibly saw some things in your childhood life that you never should have saw. Okay, but you did. Okay, and I just feel like whatever went on, it involved you in a negative way based on the lifestyle that your mother lived, okay? Or your father. It could be your father. It doesn't have to necessarily be a mother, but I'm picking up on mother energy, the choices that your mother made, okay? I just feel like whatever that energy is, you have surpassed that, or you will be able to surpass that and break that family curse of iniquity, of feeling like you are less than, of being told you are less than, and making a choice because you cut people out of your life, those family members and those siblings who you haven't been able to get along with anyway because of what the main parent said to you or did. Okay. Yeah, you all didn't get along with each other anyway. Okay. And I feel like whatever that energy is, it was based on the familial person or the father energy in the home trying to cut you all down the middle so everybody believed what they said and not what you said. Okay. But you've evolved, you've moved on away from that. And you know your value, you know your worth. You say, I know the quality of who I am. So I'm going to change the structure of my entire life, my entire being, by leaving that which no longer serves me behind. I'm so afraid, though. I'm stepping into this new life with trepidation because I know that I may fail. I know that I may be talked about, that I may be harmed, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's better than where I've been. Okay. It's taking a chance, standing up for yourself. It's realizing that you are who you are meant to be for a reason. You are with your chosen family for a reason. Okay. All is personal reading for someone in the comments or whenever you see this reading. Speak up. I feel like you're going to tell your story. Okay. You're going to share with people what you've experienced. And in doing this, you're going to break a curse, your family curse. I just feel like you've always had the short end of the stick. Now it's time for you to stand up and stand out. And when you do that, you're going to help other people celebrate. You're going to help other people say, I went through this. I went through that. I experienced that. I went through some stuff that even my worst enemy wouldn't want to go through. But they're able to tell you and share their story with you because you've been so honest in telling your story and so upfront in sharing your stories with people. All right. And it's just amazing. You don't realize just how amazing you are. You have manifested your life. You have done so good. It's time to celebrate your journey, celebrate yourself for the things that you have been able to survive through. I'm hearing I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. I can't stand that song because that song was very popular in my life when I was younger and I was getting molested. So I don't want to, that's what it's called. I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. So you can look it up and listen to it. But that's one of the trigger songs for me that I can't digest. I can't listen to. But I feel like you can't be ashamed because of what it is you went through. Okay. Don't be ashamed for something that was not your fault. Keep on being who you are. You stand up and you stand strong and you speak up and speak out because you're not the only person who has experienced that. Other people have too, just on a different level, just at a different age. Okay. And don't think just because that happened to you that that's making you less than. No, it's not. It's making you strong for yourself and to help support others. Miracles. You make miracles happen every day. Just being who you are. And being the gatekeeper for the good things that are coming in your life and the gatekeeper for those who are coming after you. Standing strong and being the most beautiful person that you are capable of being. You just don't know. I have brazen. Yeah. Secrets revealed. Yeah. So you're taking better care of yourself. You're grounding yourself. You are a matter of fact person, and you don't realize just how beautiful or how handsomely gorgeous that you are based on what they told you in the past. You keep on being who you are, Earth sign, beautiful, beautiful, grounded energy. Okay. But I feel like your mother, whoever raised you, was very brazen. They were out there. They were out there. Okay. And all of the things that took place in your life, those secrets that they told you to hold on to, that if it happened in the house, it doesn't need to go out the house. Somebody told. Somebody told the truth. Could have been you. It could have been somebody else. Okay. Who finally told or shared what was going on because it was held on too long. It was held on too long and somebody said something. Because I feel like whoever this person is, the matriarch, the patriarch, they just didn't live the best life that they possibly could have. Yeah, they may have worked and took care of the family, but there's some things, some decisions that they made that would shame the devil. You know what I'm saying? It was really bad, and you feel like I feel like you were stuck in the middle, and either you told the secret or somebody else did, but the secrets needed to be shared, needed to be told. I feel like somebody was very, very resistant to the truth. They didn't want to hear the truth. Your mother or the person who was raising you didn't want to. It could have been what do you call it? Um, oh, I can't think of it. Like whoever can take care of you when you in a home or something like that, whatever. It could have been somebody who's just taking care of you for the time being, and something was happening to you, and they didn't want to hear the truth. Somebody tried to tell the truth, but they didn't want to hear it. Okay. A foster parent, they didn't want to hear the truth. They were definitely resistant to the truth. They didn't want to hear it. So somebody had to make them hear the truth, or maybe they walked in and saw the truth for themselves. Whatever the matter is, the truth came out, and everything hit the fan. The shit hit the fan. Okay, it exploded. We got naked. Okay. The truth came out. The truth was revealed because somebody was naked when they shouldn't have been, where they shouldn't have been. The truth came out. It was right in your face all along, and you didn't see it. You didn't see the truth. It was right in your face. Okay. Somebody didn't want to see the truth, but at some point they had to surrender. Somebody got pregnant and shouldn't have got pregnant. You were at the wrong age to get pregnant. Who got you pregnant? Mm-hmm. Dealing with somebody who was of a different race. You had the baby. Come to find out the baby was mixed. Okay. And it pointed you into the right direction about what took place in your life or in your cousin's life or somebody else's life. That told the truth. Kind of gives me the energy of, I know why the cage bird sings. She stopped singing. I'm sorry, singing. She stopped talking when that happened to her. Outright RAPE. You know, so a lot of secrets, a lot of things came out, a lot of shame. You shouldn't be shamed for something that's not your fault. You should not have be. You shouldn't be ashamed. I should not have been ashamed of something that was not your fault. Okay, that was all on the person who raised you. Okay, all on the person who gave you life. All on the person who took care of you. Don't turn their shame into yours. It's not your shame. It's not your shame. It's theirs. Okay. What's your final message? Whew, this is deep. You got some good juju. You got some good stuff coming up to you in your life and in your lineage, because you are the breaker of negativity. You are the breaker of those toxic energies around you. But I feel like grief, though you're grieving your mother, she's on the other side now, and she possibly never treated you the way you should have been treated, because she just didn't know any better, if that makes sense. But the juju she didn't have, you have now. She's on the other side, and even though you had a rough, excuse me, a rough, tumultuous relationship with her, she told half truths about you to your family members, to keep people away from you, to keep people from liking you. You still grieve her, you still love her, you still miss her because of her loss. I feel like you have some energy around you, her energy around you. Okay. And letting you know I'm here, though I may not be in the best place. I may be in a darker place than you are right now. I'm still around you, and sometimes you miss her. Sometimes you're glad she's gone. But at the very least, you're able to say, you know what, I'm able to deal with this on a healthier level now. I'm able to deal with these family toxic energies enough to be able to let that go, so the generations in the past won't pay for the generational curses we have here now. I'm able to eradicate that from the family lineage. It's going to always be there, but it's going to be taken care of. It's going to be healed in the proper manner. I'm hearing in the proper tone. Okay. We have intuition. and speak up. You know, it's time for you to level up your life, and you've done that. You've always been a step higher than your family members, than your family, than your mother, your father, your sister, your brothers. You've always had a level up in life, especially when it came to your intuition here. Okay, you're very, very intuitive. I feel like whoever raised you, whatever ever parent or family member raised you, though you had a spiritual gift, they buried it. They didn't want you talking about it because you started out being very intuitive, even as a child, saying stuff a child should have never said, seeing things a child should have never saw, and you spoke up, but they kept it buried. Okay, I feel like that's another reason why a lot of the secrets were kept hidden, because nobody wanted you to speak up and tell the truth, though you knew it all along.